stars, their 90% fan base are from the women folk. So can you now rightly tell me that women do not support women with all these things we are seeing? So I'm just saying that, yes, men castigate themselves, but we see it as a normal thing. We just say that, oh, it's just men. But because they actually tell us that men support themselves, and we buy that idea. Haven't you seen a man planning? Maybe if you've not seen, but you've heard of a man who kills another man, haven't you? I mean, the robbers who pull guns on the streets, attack, rob, kidnap, maim, are they not men? Do they not kill their fellow men?
So, okay.
Do you understand? So I'm saying that if we look at it critically, okay, it's just like men castigate their fellow men. It's the same way women castigate their fellow. It's just a normal human thing. It's not necessarily specific to a gender.
So for you, it's an individual thing and not a gender issue.
I feel there's a general problem with all genders.
Cassey seems to disagree. Cassey seems to disagree with that slightly. Cassey, June.
Yeah, I disagree with when she said something about what was it about BBN, women being the 100%, you know, 90%, you know, fans. It's the same BBN that when you also see the fans that are fighting one another, it's still women. Women 90% also fighting against other women too.
So that's the women in both. So the thing on both sides,
we tear each other. I said it before when the show started. You cannot say it's every woman. You cannot also say it's in every situation. It varies. There are some women who are on legit. They support women, and there are women who feels like no. This is how it's supposed to be because society have actually given us this is how it's supposed to be. Let's even talk about the harmful cultures that we have here. Talk about widowhood culture. Now there are maybe I don't know how the cultural practice about shaving a woman's head, making her to drink the water from the cups and all that came up with. But who enforces it? Women enforces it. So some people will tell you it's actually men that made them to start enforcing it.
It's I attended one training and we had this conversation, and the end point was that women are actually gatekeepers of patriarchy, right? Yes, like the society has made it so women grew up meeting this, so they now become, it's almost like when they tell you this is something that you need to guide, right? And then women are born into the society. They know that this is what they need to guide. So they hold it and they are so attentive. And they are so dedicated to
now
guiding
the time
that.
Comes when people now say stop practicing it. The same women will tell you no, we cannot stop because we need to uphold it. And they know they're inflicting pain and injury on other women. I went for a seminar about FGM, female genital mutilation, where a mother gave birth to a child. It was her own mother, that's the grandmother to that baby, that took the baby to the people who mutilate kids. And the daughter was like, no, don't take my child. And the mom said, no, you cannot tell me what to do. I have to do that. She's a woman. She knows the implication, of FGM, but she still went ahead to take that baby girl to be mutilated.
Ignorance is another thing. I'm pointing out all of the things, right, that are issues, right?
This thing is, we cannot say no. We cannot also say yes fully, but so it's happening.
What can we do to?
It's happening.
Yes, it's happening. It's a reality for a lot of people, right? Mm-hmm. And then for some other people, their reality is. You understand, women supporting them. So how do we support each other, Ihoma, before we wrap it up? Chidire.
Okay, like I said, first of all, we need to identify why we do not support ourselves, or why it's been said women do not support themselves. And the second major reason is the issue, emotional intelligence. Like I said earlier, I think the underlying solution is self-awareness. Know your capacity to envy another person, okay? Know what triggers that envy, and then admit to yourself that, oh, I have a tendency to be this woman or to be this person, right? And then what do you do about it? The reality is, the women who by nature or by personality are very supportive, whether you're a woman or a man, as long as you're in their line of support, they need to give it to you. So know what triggers that emotion, that rule of power. Okay, no one triggers it. Then when you have identified it, tell yourself that, okay, basically tell yourself this: one woman represents all women. One woman represents all women, whether woman A, woman B, or yourself. Each of us represents every woman. So if one woman is striving, you are striving. Every woman is striving. Okay, the victories of one is a victory for all, and the failure of one is a failure for all. Remember Patricia Ete, who was alleged to have squandered so much money from the federal government. It was a limiting factor for most women who decided to venture into politics after her. They always made reference to her. Okay, now imagine if she had succeeded on that seat. It would have still been a point of reference for other women. So if we can agree that one woman's victory or failure is our victory, our collective victory or failure, especially in the public space, then we will realize that our support is important, and support could be in any form. It could be physical, it could be verbal, it could be any form you can think of. Support can have its own impact depending on what form it is, right? So if we identify first what our triggers are when it comes to supporting a woman or not, and then admit to ourselves that this is the problem that can be dealt with, okay? And then admit again that one woman's victory is our victory, and same for one woman's failure. And I think it will help us intentionally decide to support women. And then for every other woman out there, when you have clinched a particular position, remember that the people beneath you, the women behind you, are your fellow women, okay, who need guidance support on how to climb the ladder. So do not, because I think one basic problem is sexism, the way we respond to sexism as women. We want to prove that we are not like other women, because the society has showed us the idea that women represent weakness. So we want to prove to people that we are not weak, so we can't be like other women. And most of it determines how we maintain relationships with women, especially if we perceive them weak. So let's understand that sexism is a fight against all women, or is a threat against all women, even those who seem to be in power or ahead of their fellow women. So it should help us to actually unite our forces as women and have each other.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ihoma Chidire Madu, for joining us on today's edition of The Other Room.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Well, interesting conversation, and we'll wrap it up. We have some comments, because I need financial support, please. Moshachi Deji on Facebook says, "Good afternoon, ladies. It's not a myth, but the truth of the matter. It's common to hear women talk about how poorly they are being treated by men, but how about women? How women at work treat other women? But women speak of wanting equal pay, equal treatment, and so on. Yet if they really want to achieve equal status with the male counterparts as women, then it needs to begin with the women. Women need to support women." And that's exactly how we're going to wrap up the conversation. Cassey, wanted to say something?
No, just a last word. I just wanted to say that we women, we need to accept that we can be much more. We can be anything. The world is ready for us, and all we need to do is just go out there and grab every opportunity, and that's it. Don't let anybody tell you that we cannot do anything.
I want to talk. We say women, we too will not like. We have to come close. Yes, draw attention to people where we say they don't do something bigger than you. Women or not men, because if you go closer to people where we say they don't do past you, you go learn. Forget anything about jealousy or say this person pass you. Maybe try to bring anything. We say go bring limitation between two of us. Now draw close. Go to people we say they don't learn. They go teach you, and everything go balance. And I thank you as not take listen to something.
Thank you also for joining us. We apologize for that short period that there was a break in transmission. Really. All right. So I want us to. We're going to leave shortly, but I have this special request card from Maze Barnabas Azuine of Odenaguma Abaja in Wangele local government area of Imo State. He is consoling Prince Oke Iwoha KSM Uche Iwoha and the entire family on the death of their father, Ezina Chief E.C. Iwoha, who died recently. May his soul rest in peace. Amen. Thank you so much. Stay tuned, stay masked up, and stay safe. Certified Camille is my name.
Radio Tata, and my name on. Thank you.
Cassey, the radio diva. Good afternoon.
This is a one.